Yes boys, welcome back to another requested eFootball PES 2021 video. So far more than 7,500 people have subscribed to my channel already. I want to thank each one of you for your support to reach this incredible milestone. If we can push the subscribers base to 10k at the end of this year, I will host a big giveaway for you guys as thanks for your support. In today's video I'll be showing you guys my personal controller settings and the camera view I'm using at the moment. Just for your information, this is not a video tutorial of using the best settings to win a lot of games or something. These are just my personal preferences, and also some of these settings are mandatory to play on a professional level. And more of that I will show you in this video. Okay, to start off with, let's take a look at my controller settings. First of all, if we go to command settings, I'm using the standard PES buttons, so square to shoot, R1 to sprint or dash, etc. If you're coming from FIFA, I recommend you to use the alternate buttons, so you won't have to adapt that much to PES. Also, if there are certain buttons you want to replace, you can always customize that to your own preferences. Okay, let's head back to the main settings. And then we move on to one of the most important settings for me personally, the cursor change. If you're playing offline, it gives you 4 options, which includes a fixed and a full manual cursor change in both attacking and defending. If you're playing online, you only get 2 options, and that's assisted or semi-assisted. Well, I'm playing competitively and most of these games are playing online. My choice goes out to semi-assisted so that the cursor will only change automatically when attacking and not in defending. The reason that I play this setting is that I want full control over my defenders instead of the AI selecting the players. If you're playing assisted, the AI mostly selects the closest defender near the ball holder of the opposite team. And as you guys have seen my Defend Like a Pro video, is that I like to control other players to cut pass lanes, or like to give teammate pressure with the nearest player, for example. Okay, and then the next 2 settings are a personal issue as well. Some people like to make use of the next player indicator. For me personally, it's quite annoying because sometimes I just can't see which player I'm controlling at the moment. But yeah, that's different to anyone. And then my cursor type is set at player name. The biggest advantage for me is to see the names above the player's head, so I definitely know which player I'm controlling at the moment. Players who don't make use of player name sometimes have to check the player's name down below in the screen, and if you're not that quick you can lose control over the in-game situation, you know, because playing on a professional level, every millisecond that you're not watching the game situation can make a big difference on the outcome of your game. So make it as easy as possible for yourself and save a lot of time by moving your eyes up and down. Okay, and then we move on to a very much requested setting, and that's the pass support level. And as you guys can see, I'm playing on level 1, and that's for 2 reasons though. First of all, I always used to play on level 1 the last couple of years because it gives you more freedom in passing. You will have lots more of passing possibilities and it can be unpredictable for your opponent, and especially with the through balls, as you can give a lot of more effect to it. Another reason to use level 1 is because it's one of the conditions, or it's mandatory to play past level 1 in the eFootball Pro League. All pro players have to make use of level 1, so if you have the ambition to become a pro player, you have to play on level 1. But for the ones who are playing the eFootball Open tournament, which is going to start soon this season, I think you are allowed to play level 2 and 3 as well, but I'm not sure about that yet, so check that out on the website. But yeah, if you are a competitive player and don't play in the eFootball Pro League, I recommend you to play the pass support level you feel most comfortable with. Okay, so let's move on to the next ones. As you guys know, I'm a pro player, and pro players are always looking for settings which makes it easier for them to win games. In my case, making use of the basic through ball and shot types makes me get the best out of my game. I don't have any experience using the manual types yet, but so far I'm feeling very comfortable with the basic types, so that's why I'm sticking to this setting. The next 3 guide settings are off in my case because I just don't need any guidance in passing, shooting or positioning. So, and then auto find is off as well. The reason for that is that I mostly use my right thumbstick to send players forwards instead of doing skill moves. And I don't want my players to do a skill move by accident. So that's why I switched the auto find off. To do most of the skill moves when the auto find is off is to hold the L2 button to finally execute the skill moves manually. So basically you can still do the skills, but you just have to press an extra button. Okay, auto sliding is off as well because I just want to have full control over that aspect as well. I don't want my defenders to make tackles when sometimes it's just not needed, and also it takes a lot of time for the defender to stand up after making that tackle. So in my case, I don't need it. And then we are at the last part of the controller settings, teammate controls. you have the possibility to go for assisted controls or manual when it comes to selecting players off the ball. If I want to select a player to make a straight run, I'll go with assisted teammate controls. At the moment I'm still experimenting with manual teammate controls, which can help me select players off the ball to make creative runs as you have in FIFA. For example, you can make players run into the ball if you want to give a pass, and that might come handy. Okay, so these are my controller settings. Most of them are just personal preferences, so it's not an advice to play the same. But yeah, on the other hand, the settings like pass level and cursor change and type, these things can make a big difference when you're playing on the highest competitive level. Okay, so the only camera view I'm using is dynamic white, and that's for two reasons as well. First of all, this camera view is also mandatory to play within the eFootball Pro League. So all pro players have to play with this camera type as well. On the other hand, I personally think this is the most clear view you can get. It's not too close and not too far. You can see which players you are controlling, you can see the skill moves, the ball, everything what you need to see basically. So yeah, like I said, this is a personal preference, and I made this video just for the ones who were asking what my controller and camera settings are. So here you go. Hopefully this video can help one of you guys improving your game, or some players who have the ambition to become a pro player. If this video was helpful, please drop a like so that I can create and upload more PES related content. For now, thank you guys for watching and see you next time. Peace.